Hi everyone, welcome to Thursdays on the Stoop. Today we have Channeling Your Characters with Lunise Cerin. She's a writer, director, editor, and story producer from Port-au-Prince and Philadelphia. Cerin began her film career in Los Angeles at SVOD, Black and Sexy TV, where she worked for 7 years as a writer, director, editor, and producer across multiple seasons of web series produced by the network. 2018, she moved back to Haiti and began working as a featured documentary editor and story producer, most recently on The Fight For Haiti 2024, directed by Etant Dupain. Cerin returned to the U.S. and received an MFA in screenwriting from Columbia University in 2024, where she was accepted with the Bridges Larson Fellowship. Her portfolio film VICTORINE is currently touring the festival circuit. Cerin is currently in post-production for her directorial debut, the documentary film Miwa, for which she has received William Penn, NEA, and IPMF grants. After graduating from Columbia, Cerin began pursuing her second passion, education and community media making. Super excited for today's session. Take it away, Louise.
Thank you so much, Rachel. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for being here. My name is Lunise Cerin. This is channeling your. Oh, let's see. Can you guys see my screen? Awesome. So thank you so much for being here, and thank you so much to Blue Stoop for organizing and coordinating all of this. I'm really excited to lead this session. I'm going to give you guys 5 more minutes to work on this prompt before I start the whole session. But if you're just coming on, we're going to be working today with two characters. So I have a prompt up here. And if you could take a moment to come up with two people who are in relationship to each other and answer the questions below, we'll get started in like 4 more minutes. And we'll be working with them for most of the session. And you'll want to have something to write with today. Okay. Okay. Hi, everybody. Welcome to Channeling Your Characters. My name is Lunise Cerin. I am a writer, director, story producer from Port-au-Prince in Philadelphia. I'm calling in today from Philadelphia. And in this 1 hour session, we're going to move through a few exercises that are aimed at deepening your understanding of your character so that you can write and develop an authentic and distinct, clear voice for clear dialogue writing. That's the goal of today. So we're going to be looking at some clips together and talking about what good dialogue writing comes from and doing some exercises about our characters to help us develop our own distinct voices for our own characters. Thank you so much for being here. Okay, so talking about dialogue, I would love to hear from you guys. What is a movie or a TV show that you've seen that you think has good dialogue writing? And let me know what you thought was good about it, what you enjoyed about it. I'll go first. I really enjoyed the show Fleabag. I enjoyed the dialogue writing because it's so raw and it feels really like vulnerable. Um, and I just think that she writes really well. I see a hand. Okay, I see Abbott Elementary in the chat. Kirsty.
Yeah, I really like the dialogue in BoJack Horseman. It's an animated series on Netflix. I felt like what I loved about it is that it was so smart. The timing felt it felt like long when it needed to. It felt like they hit their marks. And the I felt like the characters always felt like themselves. When you heard someone talking, you're like, okay, I can tell that's Princess Carolyn talking. I can tell that's Diane talking.
Mm-hmm. Very good. And anybody else, feel free to jump in. I can't see all your hands. Ooh, 6 Feet Under. I May Destroy You in the chat. Bad
Hi,
Sisters. I love that show.
hi, Lunise. It's Tatiana.
Tatiana.
I would say sex education, which I
Mm-hmm.
thought was really smart writing and kind of also raw. Right, I
Mm-hmm.
had a kid, and I was like, "Wow, this is what kids are like." It made me gasp, and it made me laugh, and it made me weep, and yeah, so it really touched me emotionally, and really pushed the envelope in terms of where I stand.
Sweet. I love that show. Beautiful show. Great. Yeah. Thank you so much for sharing those. Um, I love my one of the favorite shows from 2020 that I love is Rami, which was a show on Netflix about a Muslim American family that similarly was so vulnerable and raw and explored so many subcultures that I didn't have as much awareness of. And um, wait, before I go here, sorry, give me a second. Before I go to the scene, I want to explain what happened in the show between these two characters right before this scene. So, um, Rami, actually, let's explain it after you guys watch it. Sorry, I think it explains itself.
Shit. Like this could be like a place to grow from, you know? Like we started somewhere and then we just kind of we grow.
You broke my baby girl's heart.
But I was just trying to tell her the truth. That's what you told me to do. You said tell her everything. You said tell her everything that you've done, and I did that. And look, I don't know why I'm like this. Okay, I don't. And that's why I need you. I need you to help me. That's why you're my sheikh.
It's all about you and your precious self-improvement. The rest of the world exists so that you can reflect on it and perfect yourself. Is that it?
No, I don't think that.
Well, I sent you to me for a reason. There has to be a reason.
Yeah, so let's figure out that reason, right? We'll get to the bottom of it. We can just kind of like, you know, pray it out, talk it out, get like you know, like I feel like we'll feel it. Like we'll just be like, that was the reason. Like I think if we'll just be like that.
Maybe Allah sent you to see if I would give in to my nafs. If I would revert back to my old ways.
I don't know what your old ways were, but I don't think you should revert to them. I really think where you're at is beautiful, and I think that we're just like we're testing each other maybe through Allah, but we don't know, right? Because we don't know Allah's will.
But you know the will of the Prophet, right? You told Zainab the Prophet wants you to be true to your nature. A nature that guided you to have sex with your cousin the night before marriage.
Look, it's my friend Mo's theory, and he explains it a lot better than me.
Fuck you, Rami. Fuck you. You little fuck. You little fucking boy. Fuck you, Rami. You hurt people. Fuck you. That I have to talk to you to get you to understand. You're dangerous. Oh, fuck you. Humility. Humility is understanding when something is beyond your capacity. I'm sorry. I don't think I can help you.
It's time to pray. Yeah.
You should do that.
Please just stay. Just stay. I'm gonna make you do it, please. Okay? Please just let me make you do it.
Oof. Okay. So, just to name some of the things about the relationship between these two characters, right? Sheikh Malik is Rami's sheikh. He's his spiritual mentor and he's his disciple, right? We're looking at the dialogue between these two characters is coming so naturally from who they are in their core as people. Rami, if we look at his likes and dislikes, Rami likes forgiveness. He likes grace, right? He has no interest in taking accountability for anything that has happened between him and the sheikh. So everything that he's saying is, let's just move on. Nothing just happened. Everything's fine. And Sheikh Malik is completely trying to be a just and fair person, but this man has just married his daughter the night before and is the next day telling her, after having slept with her, that he slept with his cousin the day before their marriage. And he has to confront this person and confront the fact that he cannot save him. He needs to get away from this dangerous boy. I mean, the way that this scene breaks down these two characters so quickly in 3 minutes is just a profound work of character development. If you guys were to try to think of what, after watching the scene, what the other wanted the other to know, could someone take a guess or think of what line of dialogue might have revealed that to us?
You hurt people.
You hurt people.
I'm wondering if, I have never seen it, but I'm wondering if the Sheikh, I love the actor, if he sees a little bit of himself in Rami and it scares him.
Perhaps. But I think also Rami puts him in a position that reminds him of an old self, an old way to have maybe dealt with somebody who put his family at risk like this. And he even questions, why would Allah put you in my life? Like, he really questions the entire person he's become. You know, I mean, Rami shakes this man to his core, you know. Sorry. I just really love this scene.
Fear of returning to his old ways, though.
3 things that dialogue must do. Good dialogue must reveal character. And I want to focus on the word reveal. Not explain, not spell out. Reveal, you know. And through the way this person talks, we can see that Rami refuses accountability. He will gaslight you to the other side of the world, right? And we never have to spell that out. We see it in the way he speaks. Incessantly, he responds to everything. He has no shame in this scene. Dialogue must reveal background. We understand the Sheikh's background is not all what you see today and what he questions out loud. Dialogue must foreshadow coming events. He says, I can't help you. You know, like, this has to be the last time we ever encounter. You're not going to be in our lives moving forward. And the book quotes, this is from The Art of Dramatic Writing by Leos Agri. This book is about playwriting, but dramatic writing is dramatic writing, especially our thoughts on dialogue, and what it must do. I think in film, we have the benefit of the close-up, right? And of expressing emotionality with music and montages and all kinds of things. But at its core, dialogue writing should be doing certain functions clearly. And this book, I think, does a really good job of breaking that down. It says, good dialogue grows from character and conflict. But I posit that good dialogue and conflict grow from character. In order to develop good dialogue and good conflict, you need to understand your character. Some things you want to understand clearly about your character. Who are they now? Who are they? Who is this person? What is their status quo? I think in the beginning of the show, Rami was just a nice guy trying to figure this life out, who was kind of mostly just not up to anything at all, and then decided, oh, church, let me do that. That seems like a good idea, except for when I don't feel like it, and I'm just gonna be a really shitty guy, and my parents always let me get away with whatever, and then, like, I just do whatever I want. Sorry. And who are they becoming? Like, what do they need to learn? And, like, what are you trying to illustrate? What journey are you taking them on? Who do they become at the end? Right? He needs to grow up. He needs to claim responsibility for his actions. Right? And what is the obstacle keeping them from learning this thing about themselves? Himself, mostly, right? Rami refuses to wake up. Yeah. So I want you to think about your characters from the welcome prompt and try to answer these questions about each of them. Who are they today? Who are they becoming? What do they need to learn? And what is the obstacle keeping them from learning that? Right? I wrote a feature about myself taking care of my father. And it's a very self-reflective project to write a thing about yourself because you really have to sit with, okay, who were you at 21 and what did you need to learn, and try to identify what that lesson was, and like everything that you, all the obstacles that you put your character through the journey of these 3 acts should be speaking to that same theme, right? And so it's really important for you to identify what we're working on with this character, what it is we want to talk about. I'll stop talking so you guys can write a little bit about your characters.
Lunise, could you reshare the welcome prompt again? Someone asked in the chat.
Feel free to screenshot these for later use as well, friends. I'm going to share a couple prompts. Let's take like 2 more minutes. Okay. I changed my mind. I want to show you guys these. So I did an experiment with my sister last night about strong characters and their opening and closing lines of dialogue in just a couple of iconic people's journeys. So my favorite was Maxine Shaw, attorney at law. Are you guys familiar with Maxine? She was from Living Single. Yes, of course. So Maxine's very first line of dialogue in Living Single was, "The bottom line is men are nothing but speed bumps on the road to happiness." And her last line is, "No, we are doomed to be together." They were writing a character, man. I love it. And the conflict just comes from her person, you know? Radio Raheem from Do the Right Thing. Is anybody familiar with this character? Anybody who do want to talk a little bit about what they got from this?
What we got from the first line and the last line,
From Radio Raheem?
or just in general?
Yeah, like what does this bring up for you?
So the piece, y'all, is like it is like part of the language of the time and of the music, which he's going to refer to last, but it's also that introduction, which is trying to be like set up, like, okay, let's be kind to each other, or just like, a salutation, and then gets to like, but the demand for like ownership, like it's not like I'm gonna pacify you or placate you, but it's like I'm gonna demand my space, my access to the space with sound, with my body, with my voice. Yeah.
Word. Radio Raheem's from Do the Right Thing, and um, his character had the boombox, was playing the music throughout the whole town, just walking around the block, just with peace and love. He was just talking about love and hate and peace throughout the whole film. And then in that altercation with the police over his music, of all things music, they ended up losing his life, which at the end of a volatile day in the city, really powerful film. But yeah, just for him to start with peace and to end over his music, you know, still inside of his own piece. But despite, you know, let me not get started. Roman Roy in Succession. Anybody watch Succession? Yes. Hi, Seth. What do you know about Roman Roy?
Roman's middle name is basically sarcasm. Like he speaks sarcasm so fluently, and his this first and last line makes perfect sense for who he is, how he shows up in his family, in the world, in the business. This is spot on writing for his character.
The inelegance of it even is just so perfect for him. He's just the most irreverent person for like anything that exists. And they were so, especially at the beginning of the show, so like the world is ours. They respect no one, they respect nothing. And then their ending, the utter humiliation, is just debasing, to just sorry. That was another moment of cinematic or TV writing that I really truly enjoyed. Succession. I really enjoyed that show. Okay. We're gonna do another writing exercise with our characters. So, since you sat with them a little bit longer, we're gonna do a writing prompt between the two characters. We're gonna write a scene. It's the meteor from Armageddon is heading towards Earth, and Bruce Willis did not take one for the team. Humanity only has 1 hour left before it's all over for us, and we know it. Your dynamic duo is waiting for this terrible fate. Write that last scene of dialogue between them. Consider what they want to know, what they want the other to know. And we'll work on that for the next 15 minutes. Okay. I had my alarm for 15, but I think we might get back a little earlier. Does anybody want to share anything about the characters that they worked on today? Yeah, Mona.
Okay, I can share. Yeah. This is a book that I started a few years ago and couldn't really do it justice until my friend passed away, who is one of the protagonists in it. Um, it's a mother and a daughter story. It's going to be two timelines. So if they're at the end of the world and it's now timeline, the mother is 92 and the daughter is 60. And I start out with the daughter. I hated you all my life. You didn't protect me. You didn't believe me. I didn't not believe you. I just wasn't sure. You never said anything. Did you even ask why I hid in the barn loft or why everything changed after that day? Oh, I was tired of that drama anyway. There you go again. You're still in denial. I'm sorry. It's lame. It's late, but I don't know what else to say.
Hmm. That's really painful. Anybody else want to share a piece? Pamela?
Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Mine is about a mother and daughter as well. The mother's name is Melba, although she's called Mom in the dialogue, and Janice is the daughter. Janice, the world is ending. Jesus Lord, we're gonna die. Well, maybe it is, but I heard of the world ending claims before. That never happened, so maybe it's not. It is ending. I can see the asteroid outside the window coming toward us now. Why don't you believe me? We are gonna die. Mom, we were always going to die. But since we only have a few minutes of life left, let's not spend it arguing. Maybe we should ignore your doctor's orders and share some candy. I have some in my bag. I was saving for the ride home. Do you like dark chocolate with almonds? Dark chocolate is so bitter. But how can you be so calm? We're going to get hit by an asteroid. Doesn't that mean anything to you? Do you want the candy? It's all I have, and I'm willing to share, but only if you calm down a little. I wish I had a glass of wine. You drink? I guess I used to. Then there's laughter from both of them. Janice takes the candy out to share. Mom, do you have a deck of cards or a favorite story or something we can share with our snack? And then I remember you were calm even as a baby. That's a story. Well, then tell me about your baby, and I'll tell you about my mom. And that's the way it ends.
I love that. I love that ending. And I wanted to ask both of you, what were your characters' relationship and what did they want the other to know?
Uh, should I go first? I guess the character's relationship is that the Janice is a full-time worker and primary caretaker for her sick mother. And what they wanted each other to know was that their love was deep, but the way that each of them showed love was so different that it was very hard to feel deeply loved.
Hmm. That's really.
For me, their relationship is they hadn't really seen each other in 20 years
Mm.
um, because of horrible things. And so perhaps they just got together right before this. I'm not sure yet. Um, But the daughter, who I named Tammy, really wants her mom to know how horrible she felt about her, how betrayed. But the mom, she is in denial, so much denial that she wants the daughter to believe her.
Yeah. And that pain came through too in the dialogue that you wrote. Christian?
Two characters, Wilfred and Amma, and Wilfred is a master photographer, he, him, his, and he's like he likes photography, but also comfort, and he fears change and going blind. And Amma is a non-binary budding artist, um, who likes a challenge, a mystery, but also fears being unexplored by themselves.
And what do they want each other to know?
So I think, okay, here we go. So Wilfred wants Amma to know about the craft, but also like taking up space and like the process of creation, and creating. And Amma wants Wilfred to be able to be in the world again and to share himself in a kind of more holistic way. So the dialogue. Amma and Wilfred, okay, should I take out the like description of the scene, or I should just focus on the dialogue?
Do what you want, my love.
Okay, Amma and Wilfred sit solemnly on a West Philadelphia porch, watch people go and come. Someone asks for a cigarette. Wilfred obliges. Amma says, "One last photograph," sweetly, but also tentatively. Wilfred, why? It's all over. Everything will be gone. We won't even live long enough to see the negatives. Amma, but I want to see you for the very last time. I want you to be seen. You're such an idealist, a young, bleeding heart idealist. But this is about you. But this thing, like you took 1,000 photographs. No one will ever see. No one cared to see. You only shared the best ones. Clients were happy. But what did you have? What did you make? It wasn't just the photograph. It was a connection between you and the person for a moment. They were being paid attention to. Who are you, Scott Peck? What next? Are you going to tell me that the art making process is a love making process? Yes. Yes, I was going to say that. Say exactly that. Wilfred, where did you learn all that? I learned it from you. Wilfred, I told you to honor the process, to see beauty where few can see it, much less the subject themselves. You have to believe that you're a conjurer of beauty, that you can not only see it, but make it. And it's not a lie. We all have access to beauty. We need it. Doesn't that sound like love to you? Says Amma. Wilfred, I guess in a way. Amma picks up the camera, turn to me, pick up your chin, and breathe slowly through your mouth.
That was beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you for sharing that with us, Christian. Okay, y'all, I went over my time. Thank you so much for being here with us. I hope this was generative in some way. I hope you're able to keep some of these prompts and keep working on them with your characters as you develop them. I have a few takeaway prompts that you can keep using to further develop your characters. The more you understand where your character is going, the more you know what to throw at them.
Great. Yeah, thank you so much, Lunise. Thank you so much, everyone, for coming, participating,
Thank you.
sharing your writing. I put a few links in the chat. This is a free session, but if you'd like to support Blue Stoop, you can make a donation. We'd really love if you would share feedback. It helps us apply for grants to keep programs like this going. Yeah, and if you'd like to attend more events, all the links are in the chat. I'll stay an extra few minutes in case anyone wants to grab them. Yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for coming. Be here again next Thursday, and I hope everyone has a great day.
Can share the slides with Blue Stoop, would you guys?
Thank you.
Yeah. If you email Julian, he can send them out with the recording.
Cool.
Thank you.
Will do. Absolutely. Thanks, everybody. Thank you, friends. Good to
Thank
see
you. Really awesome.